You reach an intersection with stop signs on all four corners at the same time as the driver on your left. Who has the right of way? 1. The driver on your left has the right of way. 2. Whoever is signaling to make a turn has the right of way. 3. You have the right of way. The answer is 3. You have the right of way. If you approach a stop sign and there is a stop sign on all four corners, stop first. The vehicle that arrives to the intersection first has the right of way. However, if a vehicle, pedestrian, or bicyclist gets to the intersection at the same time as you, give the right of way to the vehicle, pedestrian, or bicyclist on your right. Are windshield markers and headlights mandatory for all vehicles participating in a procession? 1. Yes, they are required for all vehicles in a procession. 2. No, they are optional and up to the discretion of the driver. 3. Only large vehicles need to have windshield markers and headlights on. The answer is 1. Yes, they are required for all vehicles in a procession. All vehicles taking part in the procession have windshield markers to identify them and have their headlights on. You can be ticketed if you interrupt a funeral procession. You want to park uphill on a two-way road and there is no curb. Which way do you turn your front wheels? 1. Left towards the center of the road. 2. So, they face straight ahead. 3. Right towards the side of the road. The answer is 3. Right towards the side of the road. No curb, turn the wheels toward the shoulder of the road. A red and white sign means 1. Other drivers must yield to you. 2. Make a complete stop before asserting your right of way. 3. Give the right of way to other drivers. The answer is 3. Give the right of way to other drivers. Red yield sign. Slow down and be ready to stop to let any vehicle, bicyclist, or pedestrian pass before you proceed. If you're involved in a collision, you must report it to the DMV, if there was more than in damage to anyone's property or anyone was injured or killed. 1. $2,000. 2. $5,000. 3. $1,000. The answer is 3. $1,000. Reporting a collision. If you are in a collision, you must report it to DMV within 10 days if the collision caused more than $1,000 in damage to property. Anyone was injured or killed. This applies even if the injuries were minor. You are involved in a minor accident at an intersection. There are no injuries and very little vehicle damage. You should 1. Move your vehicle out of the traffic lane, if possible. 2. Leave your vehicle in the traffic lane until law enforcement arrives. 3. Not move your vehicle for any reason. The answer is 1. Move your vehicle out of the traffic lane, if possible. Move your vehicle out of traffic if no one is hurt. This sign on a center lane means you may use this lane for 1. Two-way left turn lane only. 2. Turning left or right only. 3. Passing slow-moving vehicles only. The answer is 1. Two-way left turn lane only. A two-way left turn lane only sign means that the lane is reserved for left turns in both directions. The lane can only be used for left turns, and drivers cannot pass or travel in the lane for any other reason. You must notify DMV within 5 days if you 1. Are cited for a traffic violation. 2. Sell or transfer your vehicle. 3. Paint your vehicle a different color. The answer is 2. Sell or transfer your vehicle. When you sell a vehicle, you must notify DMV within 5 days by completing a notice of transfer and release of liability at dmv.ca.gov/NRL. You sold your vehicle. You must notify within 5 days. 1. Your insurance company. 2. DMV. 3. Your automobile dealership. The answer is 2. DMV. When you sell a vehicle, you must notify DMV within 5 days by completing a notice of transfer and release of liability at dmv.ca.gov/NRL. Which of these statements are true about blind spots? 1. You only need to turn and look over your right shoulder for lane changes to the right or left. 2. Vehicles with 2 outside mirrors do not have blind spots. 3. Look over your right shoulder for a right lane change and your left shoulder for a left lane change. The answer is 3. Look over your right shoulder for a right lane change and your left shoulder for a left lane change. To check your blind spots, look over your right and left shoulders out of your side windows. Only turn your head when you look. Do not turn your whole body or steering wheel. If an animal is crossing the road, what should the driver do? 1. Slow down or stop and proceed when it is safe. 2. Decelerate or halt to let the animal cross. 3. Call 911 or the concerned department. The answer is 1. Slow down or stop and proceed when it is safe. Near animals. If you see a sign with a picture of an animal, watch for animals on or near the road. If you see animals or livestock near the road, slow down or stop and proceed when it is safe. Be sure to follow directions from the person in charge of the animals. Which of the following penalties can be imposed for the crime of dumping or abandoning animals on a highway? 1. 6 months in jail. 2. Fine of up to $1,000. 3. Both of the above. The answer is 3. Both of the above. If you kill or injure an animal, call the nearest humane society or law enforcement. Do not try to move an injured animal. You must not dump or abandon animals on a highway. This crime is punishable by a fine of up to $1,000, 6 months in jail, or both. Why should you reduce your speed in a marked animal crossing zone, even if no animals are visible? 1. The road surface can be rough in these regions. 2. There's no necessity to lower your speed. 3. Animals might unexpectedly emerge and traverse the road. The answer is 3. Animals might unexpectedly emerge and traverse the road. Which of these statements is true about slippery road surfaces? 1. Driving on wet leaves on the road will give you extra traction. 2. On cold days, shade from buildings or trees can hide spots of ice. 3. The pavement is less slippery when it first starts to rain on a hot day than it is afterwards. The answer is 2. On cold days, shade from buildings or trees can hide spots of ice. Situations where the road may be more slippery. Shade from trees or buildings can hide icy spots on cold, wet days. These areas freeze first and dry out last. Bridges and overpasses tend to freeze before the rest of the road. They can have icy spots. When it starts to rain, the pavement can be very slippery. Tailgating other drivers, driving too close to their rear bumper. 1. Can frustrate other drivers and make them angry. 2. Cannot result in a traffic citation. 3. Reduces accidents by preventing you from being cut off. The answer is 1. Can frustrate other drivers and make them angry. Tailgating, following too closely. Tailgating makes it harder for you to see the road ahead because the vehicle in front of you blocks your view. You will not have enough time to react if the driver in front of you brakes suddenly. Use the 3-second rule to ensure a safe following distance and avoid a collision. When passing a bicyclist, you must leave at least underscore of space between your vehicle and the bicycle. 1. 3 feet. 2. 10 feet. 3. 5 feet. The answer is 1. 3 feet. Passing a bicyclist. When you cannot change lanes to pass a bicyclist, allow at least 3 feet between your vehicle and the bicyclist. If you cannot give 3 feet of space, do not pass the cyclist until 3 feet of clearance can be given. Rain, snow, and ice impair your ability to see ahead, so you should be able to stop your vehicle safely. 1. Increase your speed. 2. Increase your following distance. 3. Use high beam headlights. The answer is 2. Increase your following distance. Rain, snow, and ice impair your ability to see ahead and increase the braking distance required to stop your vehicle. In these conditions, increase your following distance and apply your brakes sooner but more gently than usual. At what point during a rainfall are roads slippery on a hot day? 1. Immediately after it has stopped raining. 2. For the first several minutes. 3. When it has been raining for a few hours. The answer is 2. For the first several minutes. When it starts to rain, the pavement can be very slippery. Slow down at the first sign of rain, drizzle, or snow on the road. This is especially true if it has been dry and hot for some time, because oil and dust on the road's surface have not been washed away. At what point during a rainfall are roads slippery on a hot day? 1. During a heavy rainstorm in the middle of summer. 2. When it first starts to rain after a dry spell. 3. After it has been raining for a long time. The answer is 2. When it first starts to rain after a dry spell. When it starts to rain, the pavement can be very slippery. Slow down at the first sign of rain, drizzle, or snow on the road. This is especially true if it has been dry and hot for some time, because oil and dust on the road's surface have not been washed away. When preparing to exit the freeway, you should signal for at least how many seconds before reaching the exit? 1. 5 seconds. 2. 10 seconds. 3. 15 seconds. The answer is 1. 5 seconds. You should signal at least 5 seconds before you change lanes on a freeway. Remember to turn off your signal when you no longer need it. Should you always drive slower than other traffic? 1. Yes, it is a good defensive driving technique. 2. No, you can block traffic when you drive too slowly. 3. Yes, it is always safer than driving faster. The answer is 2. No, you can block traffic when you drive too slowly. You must drive slower when there is heavy traffic or bad weather. At the same time, you should not block normal and reasonable traffic flow by driving too slowly. If you drive faster or slower than the speed limit, you may be cited. When you enter a freeway from an on-ramp and merge with traffic, you should be driving at 1. The legal speed limit on the freeway. 2. About 10 miles per hour slower than the freeway speed limit. 3. About the same speed as the freeway traffic. The answer is 3. About the same speed as the freeway traffic. On a multi-lane road, a dashed yellow line next to a solid yellow line means 1. Passing is prohibited from both directions. 2. Passing is permitted only from the direction next to the dashed line. 3. Passing is permitted from both directions. The answer is 2. Passing is permitted only from the direction next to the dashed line. A dashed yellow line next to a solid yellow line on a multi-lane road means that passing is allowed on the side with the broken line, but not on the side with the solid line. What does this sign indicate? 1. The right lane is closed ahead. 2. The divided highway ends ahead. 3. A divided highway starts ahead. The answer is 3. A divided highway starts ahead. Divided highway signs are diamond-shaped with a yellow background and black symbols. The divided highway starts sign is used to warn road users that a median or a physical barrier will separate the highway, or road, ahead. What does this sign indicate? 1. The right lane is closed ahead. 2. The divided highway ends ahead. 3. A divided highway starts ahead. The answer is 2. The divided highway ends ahead. Divided highway signs are diamond-shaped with a yellow background and black symbols. The divided highway end sign is used to warn that the highway, or road, ahead will no longer be divided. This hand signal indicates that 1. The driver is making a left turn. 2. The driver is slowing or stopping. 3. The driver is making a right turn. The answer is 2. The driver is slowing or stopping. California law requires drivers to use hand signals whenever necessary. These should be given from the left side of the vehicle and include the following: slow/stop, bend your left arm 90 degrees at the elbow, with your fingers pointing down and your palm facing behind you. In California, drivers must signal at least 100 feet before performing a maneuver. This hand signal indicates that 1. The driver is making a left turn. 2. The driver is slowing or stopping. 3. The driver is making a right turn. The answer is 3. The driver is making a right turn. California law requires drivers to use hand signals whenever necessary. These should be given from the left side of the vehicle and include the following: right turn, stick your left arm out of the window and then bend it upward from the elbow at a 90-degree angle, with your palm facing forward. In California, drivers must signal at least 100 feet before performing a maneuver. This hand signal indicates that 1. The driver is making a left turn. 2. The driver is slowing or stopping. 3. The driver is making a right turn. The answer is 1. The driver is making a left turn. California law requires drivers to use hand signals whenever necessary. These should be given from the left side of the vehicle and include the following: left turn, extend your left arm all the way out when making a left turn. In California, drivers must signal at least 100 feet before performing a maneuver. This white sign means 1. Stop at the railroad tracks and wait for a signal before crossing. 2. Railroad crossing is controlled, continue at your regular speed. 3. Look, listen, and prepare to stop at the crossing, if necessary. The answer is 3. Look, listen, and prepare to stop at the crossing, if necessary. You are approaching a railroad crossing. Look, listen, slow down, and prepare to stop. Let any trains pass before you proceed. If you are in an intersection when you hear the siren of an emergency vehicle, you should 1. Continue through the intersection, then move to the left and stop. 2. Move to the right and stop at the intersection. 3. Continue through the intersection, then move to the right and stop. The answer is 3. Continue through the intersection, then move to the right and stop. If you are in an intersection when you see an emergency vehicle, continue through the intersection. Drive to the right as soon as it is safe and stop. If you are changing lanes and notice an approaching vehicle in your rearview mirror but can't see it when you check again, what should you do? 1. Immediately change lanes. 2. Check over your shoulder to ensure the vehicle is not in your blind spot. 3. Accelerate to create distance between your car and the other vehicle. The answer is 2. Check over your shoulder to ensure the vehicle is not in your blind spot. Your vehicle breaks down on a freeway. You are not able to move the vehicle off the road completely as the road shoulder is too narrow. What is the best thing to do? 1. Exit on the right side of your vehicle and proceed to a safe place. 2. Stay inside your vehicle with the seat belt on until help arrives. 3. Leave the vehicle immediately and wave at drivers to let them know you are blocking the lane. The answer is 1. Exit on the right side of your vehicle and proceed to a safe place. If your vehicle stops working on the freeway. 1. Safely pull over to the right shoulder. 2. Exit on the right side so you are away from traffic if you must get out of the vehicle. What does this warning sign mean? 1. There is a stop sign ahead. 2. Slow-moving vehicles should not move as directed. 3. Slow-moving vehicles should move as directed. The answer is 1. There is a stop sign ahead. A stop sign ahead sign indicates that you are approaching an intersection with a stop sign ahead and should slow down and prepare to stop. In California, you may not stop at A_curb to pick up or drop off passengers. 1. Blue. 2. Red. 3. Yellow. The answer is 2. Red. Painted colored curbs have special parking rules. White, stop only long enough to pick up or drop off passengers. Green, park for a limited time. The time limit may be posted on signs or painted on the curb. Yellow, load and unload passengers and freight. Do not stop longer than the time posted. If you drive a non-commercial vehicle, you are usually required to stay with your vehicle. Red, no stopping, standing, or parking. Buses may stop at a red zone marked for buses only. Blue, parking for a disabled person or someone driving a disabled person with a special placard or special license plate. When you park on a hill facing uphill and there is a curb, you should turn your wheels. 1. Toward the curb. 2. Away from the curb. 3. Parallel to the curb. The answer is 2. Away from the curb. Headed uphill, turn your front wheels away from the curb, left towards the center of the road, and let your vehicle roll back a few inches. The wheel should gently touch the curb. In addition to setting your parking brake, what should you do when parking on a hill? 1. Make sure the front vehicle wheels are parallel to the road. 2. Make sure your vehicle is left in the neutral position. 3. Make sure your vehicle is in the park position or in gear. The answer is 3. Make sure your vehicle is in the park position or in gear. Parking on a hill. When you park on a hill, your vehicle could roll due to equipment failure. Remember to set the parking brake and leave the vehicle in park, or in gear for manual transmission. If you park facing uphill where there is no curb, set the parking brake and 1. Turn your wheels away from the edge of the road. 2. Turn your wheels toward the edge of the road. 3. Keep your wheels facing straight. The answer is 2. Turn your wheels toward the edge of the road. Downhill, turn the wheels toward the curb. Uphill, turn the wheels away from the curb. No curb, turn the wheels toward the shoulder of the road. Which of the following is the proper procedure for parallel parking? 1. Drive forward into the space without stopping. 2. Stop next to the vehicle behind the open space, and then drive forward into the space. 3. Stop next to the vehicle in front of the open space, and then back into the space. The answer is 3. Stop next to the vehicle in front of the open space, and then back into the space. Parallel parking is when you park in line with the road and other parked vehicles. To parallel park, 1. Find a space. 2. Pull up alongside the vehicle in front of the space. 3. Check your blind spots. 4. Begin backing up. 5. Straighten out. 6. Parking. Which of the following is true about double parking? 1. It is legal if you are making a delivery. 2. It is illegal under all circumstances. 3. It is illegal only if you leave your car. The answer is 2. It is illegal under all circumstances. Illegal parking. Never park or leave your vehicle double parked. You must not cross a solid double line in the center of the roadway. 2. 1. Overtake and pass another vehicle. 2. Enter a private driveway. 3. Make a left turn. The answer is 1. Overtake and pass another vehicle. This red and white regulatory sign means 1. No left turn can be made here. 2. A left turn can be made only after stopping. 3. All traffic must turn right at the next intersection. The answer is 1. No left turn can be made here. You arrive at a railroad crossing. The crossing has flashing red lights and a signal bell. You can see that a train is approaching. Which of the following is true? 1. You must stop at least 15 feet away from the tracks. 2. You can cross as soon as the train has passed. 3. You can stop within 5 feet of the tracks. The answer is 1. You must stop at least 15 feet away from the tracks. When the crossing devices or a person warns you a train is coming, stop at least 15 feet from the nearest track. Flashing red warning lights indicate you must stop and wait. Do not proceed over the railroad tracks until the red lights stop flashing, even if the gate rises. What should you do when traffic is slow and heavy, and you must cross railroad tracks before reaching the upcoming intersection? 1. Begin crossing when the vehicle in front of you is crossing the tracks. 2. Wait on the tracks until the stoplight at the intersection turns green. 3. Wait until you can completely cross the tracks before proceeding. The answer is 3. Wait until you can completely cross the tracks before proceeding. Never stop on the railroad tracks. Wait and do not begin proceeding if you do not have enough room to completely cross the tracks. If you are on the tracks, you risk injury or death. When a railroad crossing is not controlled, what is the speed limit when you are within 100 feet and cannot see for 400 feet in both directions? 1. 15 miles per hour. 2. 10 miles per hour. 3. 25 miles per hour. The answer is 1. 15 miles per hour. Near railroad or light rail tracks. The speed limit is 15 miles per hour within 100 feet of a railroad crossing and you cannot see the tracks for 400 feet in both directions. You may drive faster than 15 miles per hour if the crossing is controlled by gates, a warning signal, or a flagman. What should you do when approaching a railway crossing with flashing lights? 1. Speed up to pass the crossing quickly. 2. Proceed with caution. 3. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing before proceeding. The answer is 3. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing before proceeding. Flashing red warning lights indicate you must stop and wait. Do not proceed over the railroad tracks until the red lights stop flashing, even if the gate rises. Why are railroad crossing signs typically angled in a specific way? 1. To indicate the angle at which the tracks cross the roadway. 2. To increase visibility for drivers. 3. To signify the train's direction. The answer is 1. To indicate the angle at which the tracks cross the roadway. It helps to improve safety by warning drivers of the potential hazards associated with crossing railroad tracks at an angle. When you approach a blind intersection, you can't see 100 feet down the cross street, and there is no stop or yield sign placed at the corner. The speed limit is 1. 15 meters.p.h. 2. 20 meters.p.h. 3. 25 meters.p.h. The answer is 1. 15 meters.p.h. Blind intersections. An intersection is considered blind if it has no stop signs at any corner. If your view is blocked, move slowly forward until you can see. The speed limit for a blind intersection is 15 miles per hour. Before starting your parked vehicle's engine, what should you ensure? 1. Your radio is turned off. 2. The vehicle is in park or neutral. 3. Your seatbelt is fastened. The answer is 2. The vehicle is in park or neutral. Be sure the vehicle is in park, adjust the seat, adjust all rear view mirrors, move anything blocking your view, lock all car doors, and then put on seat belt. What does the below red and white sign indicate? 1. The road ahead is closed to traffic in all directions. 2. Yield the right of way. 3. The road is closed to traffic in your direction. The answer is 3. The road is closed to traffic in your direction. Do not enter means do not enter the road or ramp where the sign is posted. When it is legal to drive off the road to pass another vehicle. 1. If the vehicle ahead is turning left. 2. It is not legal under any conditions. 3. If there are 2 or more one-way lanes. The answer is 2. It is not legal under any conditions. Never drive off the paved or main traveled part of the road to pass. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and join our channel membership. Thanks.